Now, in my response to Jeff Bliss, I will state the things that I agree with Jeff Bliss, and then I will state the things I disagree with. What do I agree with? Number one, I agree that the educational system is broke. Okay? I agree with that. What he said in that video is absolutely true. I also will admire the guy. Yes, he was a high school dropout, but he actually went back to school to try to get his education. I admire that. So I don't want to be accused of saying that I don't admire. I do admire this guy. Okay, that's a good quality to have in a human being. To say, you know what, I screwed up, I need to go back and get my education. So I agree with all that. Now here's the part where I disagree. Alright? Now, as much as this kid has now returned back to school to try to get his education, the fact of the matter is he was a high school dropout. So, the first thing I say to that is he does not have the kind of credentials necessary to object to the school system. Let's contrast his academics to mine. He was a high school dropout. I am a high school graduate. I actually attended a vocational school where I became a data processor. I have then taken those data processing skills and formatted my mind in the same way as you would format a hard disk on a computer. I think in pure binary. There's no question about it. That's just a fact. Okay? So I consider myself a level 1 data processor. That means a person that thinks like a computer, basically. Alright? Now then, I also attended college. I dropped out because of the Pell Grant. The Pell Grant, they don't pay you when you go get a job. I don't care what they tell you, I'm telling you, you can get a job and you can forget the Pell Grant paying you. That's gone. As far as they're concerned, you get a job, you're rich. Especially if it's a full-time job. Yeah, right. Anyway, the fact of the matter is, I'm a high school graduate with a certificate from a vocational center and some college education. I have also been tutoring on YouTube for the last 4 years. I have actually tutored kids. Those are facts. So if we compare the credentials of Jeff Bliss to myself, we find that I have far better credentials to criticize the school system than he does. Yes, admire Jeff Bliss for going back to school, but don't stand there and admire him for criticizing the school system. He doesn't have a right, as far as I'm concerned, to criticize the school system, because he doesn't have the credentials necessary to do so. I do. And that's the difference. So, to sum it all up, I do admire him for going back to school. I agree with him that the school system is broke, but he does not have the credentials to be saying what he's saying. When he gets those credentials, he can say all he wants, and I'll stand right beside him. But right now, he does not have those credentials, and he should not be admired for what he did. And that's what I've got to say about it. Alright, I will tell you more in a future video. Stay tuned.